Our YouTube subscribers, my name is Rayshawn, known as Rayniz on Facebook, also known as Mr. Ceiling Fan Man 1999 on YouTube. Now, what's going on is, on this video's episode of Happy National Ceiling Fan Day. Now, what's going on is that I'm going to be showing you guys my 50-inch white Casablanca Panama ceiling fan. Well, this ceiling fan is really called the Panama 2 ceiling fan. Now, this the same ceiling fan that I got from the flea market sale for 20 bucks. And this ceiling fan is dated February the 17th of 1997. Now, this time I'm showing the ceiling fan and it is installed on the shorter down rod. Now that down rod on this fan is not original to the fan. The down rod is something I ordered off of eBay for this fan. Now the down rod is not Casablanca. The down rod on this fan is actually a Hunter ceiling fan down rod. And then as you'll notice, the canopy and stuff is not a Casablanca canopy. But I actually like how this canopy look on the ceiling fan a little better than the hang true canopy and stuff for whatever odd reason and stuff. But the reason why I really chose to order this canopy for the ceiling fan is because of the fact is that I really did not even want to order the hang true canopy off of eBay and stuff, because I did not want to mess around and order the canopy and stuff that's going to have to require for you to have a recall hang true canopy clip and stuff, because some of the canopies actually went to a Casablanca ceiling fan that was manufactured before 1993 and stuff. And a Casablanca ceiling fan that was made before 93 uses the hang true canopy that's going to have to require for you to have a recall hang true canopy clip. Because if you don't use the recall hang true canopy clip, and if you just install that fan with a ball socket that's sitting directly on the canopy, then over the years and stuff, the ball socket gonna slip through the canopy as the ceiling fan wobble, and the ceiling fan will come crashing down, and it's gonna mess some things up, or it's gonna injure somebody, and we already know the rest and stuff. So the list goes on. So other than that, back to the fan and stuff. So I just didn't even have time to be doing all that stuff. So that's why I just said skip it. I'm just going to order a random white canopy for the ceiling fan and stuff. And that's what I did. Now, this ceiling fan was originally an IntelliTouch control, but I hot wired the ceiling fan to where the bypass the computer board and stuff that was built onto the motor and stuff, because the ceiling fan was missing its original IntelliTouch control and stuff. So I just figured that I just wanted to be my very first Casablanca ceiling fan that I want to learn how to hot wire to a single speed. But I did that stuff by watching a tutorial video on how to do that stuff. And shout out to the Ceiling Fan Collector, Ventures Fans and More for that video showing you guys how to hot wire Casablanca ceiling fan into a single speed ceiling fan. So I did everything on what he said on what you're supposed to do, and it worked. So other than that, and then as you'll see, now the light kit I put on this fan is a Harbor Breeze light kit and stuff. I just got that light kit on that fan just for temporary purposes until I actually find a white ceiling fan light kit that I would really like to put on this fan. And I got this fan controlled by the generic 3-speed control, and it's controlled by this dimmer switch and stuff. So other than that, I'm about to go on and get back focused on this fan. So the features about this fan is that it is 6 speeds and it's electrically reversible with the original IntelliTouch control. But that was before I converted it into a single speed to where I could bypass the IntelliTouch computer board and stuff. So other than that, well, because I got it on a 3-speed wall control, so that means that the ceiling fan is really 3 speeds now, but it's still electrically reversible and stuff. And then the next thing is, and then the original blaze would have been like a I forgot what finish the blaze was, but whatever it was, that was the original blaze set for the fan, but it got tossed out because it was molded. So the blaze set that you see on this fan is actually a Maplewood blaze set that went to my Hampton Bay Maplewood ceiling fan. And I was really shocked that the blades actually fit the blade brackets and stuff. And then the next thing is, and as you'll notice, like if you look at the shape of the blades, even though this blade set is actually a Hampton Bay blade set, but the blade set looks, but the shape of the blades definitely look like Casablanca blades and stuff. So other than that, I'm about to go on and tell you what else and stuff. So this ceiling fan installed on a 3-inch short down rod and stuff that went to a Hunter ceiling fan. And then the next thing is that then it also features a Casa XLP 2000 motor and stuff. And it also uses a permalock down rod and stuff, something like what Hunter likes to call that type of threaded down rod. And you just screw it onto the coupler and stuff, which is the down rod yoke. So other than that, I'm about to go on and demonstrate this fan, starting off with the light. So here it is. You see that the light is on right now. So I'm about to go on and dim it. And I did put 3 LED light bulbs in there. So I'm about to go on and start it off with low. And then as you can see that the blade brackets on the ceiling fan are a bit out of shape and all that stuff, because what happened was that when the ceiling fan was at the flea market sale, the ceiling fan was sitting on the blades to the point that not only that it bent the blade brackets to the point that some of the blade brackets are bent upward and some of them are bent downward and stuff, and it also warped the flywheel and stuff. So yeah, so that's why, like, if you look at that fan and stuff, then you'll be able to see that the blade brackets and stuff is really out of shape and stuff. Like, they all bent up and stuff. So it makes that ceiling fan look, so it's making that ceiling fan look more like it's been defeated and stuff. But other than that, but this is like a typical Casablanca low speed and stuff, because that's exactly how low speed would look on a Casablanca ceiling fan, as if the Casablanca ceiling fan was a Slumber 3 and stuff, a 3-speed pull chain type fan and stuff. So other than that, this is just about low, and it is putting out a little breeze and stuff. So I'm about to go on and put it on medium. Okay, this is medium speed right here. And this fan is putting out breeze already, and this is only on medium. This fan is putting out breeze and stuff. And that's exactly why a lot of fan collectors love Casablanca ceiling fans, because one thing about Casablanca ceiling fans, it's like that the airflow on the ceiling fan is real good, to the point that can't nobody say that the quality of this type of ceiling fan is buns and stuff. And can't nobody say that this ceiling fan is a piece of crap type ceiling fan and stuff. Can't nobody say that, because one thing about these older Casablanca ceiling fans, they actually beat a lot of ceiling fans and stuff. And plus, this type of ceiling fan beats some Casablanca ceiling fans that was being made by Hunter and all that stuff. Yeah, because considering the fact that this is a stack motor fan and stuff, so this is medium and stuff. Now this is just about a fastest low speed of a cheapo builder ceiling fan that has like a real fast low speed. But this is medium for this Casablanca fan. But other than that, Turn it on high. Now, one thing I like about this thing is that even though that the blade brackets are a bit out of whack and all that stuff, this ceiling fan is nearly wobble free, which is very ironic and stuff. Like, that's the irony behind this fan and stuff. Like, even though the blade brackets are a bit out of whack and the flywheel on the ceiling fan is warped and stuff, this ceiling fan is nearly wobble free and stuff. And that ceiling fan doesn't even wobble bad and stuff. And that's the irony behind the fan and stuff. Well, that's just another way of me saying that's so ironic. But other than that, I'm about to go on and cut this fan off because it's a bit cool outside in my area, and the ceiling fan is making my garage colder than what it is and stuff. And then plus the ceiling fan is actually putting out a little bit too much air for me for right now and stuff. But other than that, I'm about to go on and get the heck off this video. And before I do that stuff, I want to show you guys that it is reversible like I did say in the video. Now this ceiling fan is actually more wobbly on high speed and reverse than it is on forward and stuff, which is very ironic and stuff. But other than that, I'm about to go on and get the heck off this video for real this time. So, this is Ray Nizzle. My name is Rayshawn Willis, known as Mr. Ceiling Fan Man 1999 on YouTube, signing out this video, and I am out.